Proof is in your numbers. Learn more at flashforwardsites.com.
Welcome to Networking Arizona with host Carol Blonder. You'll hear interviews with businesses located throughout the valley. Networking, it makes a difference.
Welcome to the show, everyone. As a lot of you know, I made it possible for everybody to talk about what they do on my show. And we are live on Facebook here, so I like to say hi to everybody out there. Like us and follow us. And what I love to say now, which I didn't know I could probably say all along, but now I could say it because I really know it, is that you can actually put in Networking Arizona, all spelled out, into Facebook and watch us in here doing this show right now live in the studio. It's really fun to do. You could do that. You can like us. You can follow us, and I'll share the show later on. I love my show, and the reason why I love it so much is because of the great information that everybody has here. And I'm going to go in with my first guest, who has been on with me now several times. I have with me Jennifer Stupski, and she's the owner of Legal Stuff. We just heard a lot, your ad, a little bit of your disclaimer, a little bit about you, but tell everybody what really makes you different and what you do.
First, I love your show too, Carol.
Thank you. That's so nice of you. I love it. Thank you.
So I am a licensed legal document preparer. Arizona and California are the only two states that recognize that. So we're more than a paralegal. Paralegal has to work under an attorney. I do not. I'm also a licensed fiduciary. I am a licensed realtor. I'm a veterans claim agent.
And you know, everything that you are blends together, which makes you so wonderful to have when somebody, you don't always need an attorney. Let's talk a little bit about that for a second.
Okay.
You don't always need an attorney to have your paperwork done. And that's where you come in, and you are really just a one-stop shop for almost everything.
Well, I try, and it's like, with the legal documents, I specialize in real estate, like real property deeds or estate planning documents. I contract and do a lot of probates and trust administrations, but if things are out of my realm, if you need something really creative and all that, then I will refer you to some amazing attorneys that I've worked with.
Right, but they don't necessarily need, and when we're today, you said you really wanted to kind of focus a little bit about estate planning, and we're going to do a giveaway, if that's okay. We're going to do that again.
Absolutely.
So tell them what they're going to get.
So I have an estate planning packet that includes the last will and testament, the healthcare power of attorney, the mental health power of attorney, the durable power of attorney, along with a living will and a beneficiary deed.
The whole shebang, basically.
The whole shebang.
It's a $495 value, free
Right.
to you or anyone. Now, I was thinking this on the way in today. It's a new year, and it's a new you for a lot of different things. We've dealt with a lot of issues in the last couple of years. It's been going on and on and on. But I think it's maybe raising some people's eyebrows, some people maybe not. But really getting yourselves in order is pretty important.
Absolutely. I mean, and to me, it's the power of attorneys that are more important than the will itself. Because if you have a stroke or something happens, you're in the hospital in a coma or something, someone needs to be paying your bills. Someone needs to take care of those things until you're able to do it. And without those, you're going to be going through a legal battle. And it's not as simple as a spouse.
It's not. And guess what? It's you can't call Amazon without them, finding out exactly who you are. And it's the same. It's even worse. It really is. And I'm sure it's gotten even stricter. So what we're going to do is we're going to open up the lines to the audience. Everyone's getting entered in to win. This is an estate plan. It's a $495. It's soup to nuts, if I could say it, of everything that you could possibly need. Anyone that doesn't win, you get 30% off anyway, because you always like to give back to your clients and give to them. So our number here is 602-277-5369. And toll free, it's 1-866-536-1100. Call in here, get entered in to win. Maybe it's you, maybe it's someone that you know. Believe me, if you know someone who hasn't gotten their paperwork done, or at least especially your power of attorneys. Right. And we're going to talk later to someone else who's been on the show a lot. And one of the things she says all the time, and I didn't plan this that much, but you notarize everything.
Yes. Yeah, make sure you've got your notaries, your witnesses in place, because everything will be challenged these days.
Right.
Especially if you've got second or third marriages and kids from previous marriages, it'll all be challenged.
So you can call in here and get entered in to win. And if it's not you, give it to somebody. The number here is 602-277-5369. Toll free, it's 1-866-536-1100. When you work with people, you work valley-wide.
I do.
You do free consultations?
Yes.
Now, what you want to do is you want to go check her out on her website. She's pretty cool, okay? It's legalstuff.com.
Legal Stuff AZ.
It is AZ? Okay, so Legal Stuff AZ. They have to throw something in. So legalstuffaz.com. You can also call her direct. She does free consultations. Her phone number is 602-457-2333. Or call in here. Get entered in to win. This is an estate plan from soup to nuts of everything that you need. It's a $495 value. Or if you don't win that, you're getting 30% off no matter what. So give us a call here, 602-277-5369. Probate. Let's go ahead and talk about it. Let's get it out.
Let's talk it. Well, I mean, probate obviously is the process of just transferring the title, if it's in someone else's name, into the beneficiary's names or whoever their intestate heirs are, which is another interesting fact. I mean, I just did one where the parents died, they left it to 4 or 5 kids, and then they didn't do anything for 20 years with it, and 3 out of the 5 kids died. And now you're having to do 3 probates to try to find the surviving spouses and trying to find the heirs, and it's just crazy.
Well, you know what? Our world is crazy.
I know.
And unfortunately, I think that's happening more and more today. Our kids are dying even before us. Some of them, and
That's
now
true.
that's made it even harder. You've got blended families, and people somehow, when it comes to this kind of stuff, they ain't so nice.
They're not nice at all, especially when you have the blended families. If there's wills by separate, if each of them have separate wills, we've had kids that destroyed wills just to make sure that they were entitled to something. I mean, it's
Isn't
amazing.
that sad? What do you do if they can't find the original will?
You have right now, if you can't find an original will, you have to go to court and prove that there was one, or it goes to the kids of the surviving parent, not the second parent.
Mm-hmm.
Or you find a place to store those original documents so no one loses them like we do.
Well, this is what we're going to talk about when we come back from a break, because you have something you said to me. I'm so excited, Carol, that I'm doing, and tell them what it is a little bit.
We had started a service called the EP Vault, and we will store original documents for people. The original wills, power of attorneys. We'll update the state registries with the power of attorneys. We will handle all of that.
And then if you need something, she'll have that copy, because you keep everything.
They'll have their own secure portal online that they can view all the documents at any time if they want to make changes or whatever they want to do.
So you could call her direct. Her phone number is 602-457-2333, and you could check her out. It's legalstuffaz.com. We're going to go to a break. When we come back, we're going to talk further about this. But what we want more than anything, and we're going to be talking about that a lot today, is plan. Get yourself, get your things in order. And right now is a great time, because a lot of people are getting their stuff. They're going through stuff. They're cleaning out all the stuff, finding things, not finding things. Call us here and get entered in to win. It's an estate plan. 602-277-5369. From soup to nuts.
Knowing every client is different, Anna von Strassenberg, CPA, PLLC, prides herself by offering ethical, accurate, and professional guidance when it comes to accounting, tax, and consulting services like tax return preparation, tax projections, proactive tax planning, IRS representation, QuickBooks, Pro Advisors, and more. For more information or to schedule a free consultation, call 480-964-4030. That's 480-964-4030. Services available year-round. ArizonaCPAs.com.
Hey, this is Howie.
And me, Javi. Bravo Insurance Agency offers financial and lifestyle protection for those you love from an agency you can trust.
Gain the financial lifestyle security you deserve.
Proudly serving individuals, families, veterans, and America's small business community since 1985.
For free, no obligation consultation, call us at 480-316-7862. That's 480-316-7862.
Like us on Facebook.
Tired of paying high hourly fees when you need a plumber? With Cobra Plumbing, you get the same great service as the other guys, but you pay by the job, not the hour. So if you have a residential plumbing issue, don't wait. Call Cobra Plumbing today. Plus, our work is guaranteed. So call us today for your free estimate. Call Call 602-663-8432. That's 602-663-8432. To see a list of our complete service offerings, go to cobraplumbing.net.
Dan Burke is a realtor in the Valley specializing in the lakes in Tempe. Nothing satisfies him more than watching his clients' dreams come true. For him, that's what being a real estate agent is all about. If you're a buyer looking for real estate opportunities in our communities, look no further. His website's free tools are all you need. Use his industry best property search to find the properties you love. As your representative, he will work tirelessly to help purchase or sell a property and will ensure the process is enjoyable and successful. You'll love living in the lakes. Call 602-369-1145 or visit him at thelakes.realestate.
At FR Law Group, we approach the law from a business perspective because we share your business mindset. By representing hundreds of companies over decades, our firm has the business acumen necessary to help your company create a sound budget while avoiding the usual pitfalls. Get the benefit of our national level experience without the national level price tag. FR Law Group, the right team to have on your side. Call 602-566-7425 or visit frlawgroup.com.
Wow, everybody wants greater health, wealth, and happiness. We at Hypnotic One help everyone achieve that by eliminating your negative, unwanted, outdated habits and addictions in 1 to 7 days and include a lifetime warranty. Now's the time to take control or eliminate drugs, alcohol, smoking, weight gain, stress, and depression. We at Hypnotic One make changing fast, fun. Call now, 602-547-0446 for a free 1-hour consultation and motivational CD. It is priceless and life-changing.
If I traded it all.
So welcome back, everyone. We're talking with Jennifer Stupski. She's the owner of Legal Stuff. And we've been talking a little bit about what you need to do to prepare and things that people can't find when they need to. Jennifer, you've been doing this for a really long time. You've been on the show a lot. You could check her out on her website, which is legalstuffaz.com. She does free consultations, and also she is valley-wide, and she is A-plus rated with the Better Business Bureau. She is a fiduciary, and that also what makes her different. She can do everything for you. It's a one-time stop. You sit down, and you can get everything done. Yeah. She's also offering for everybody to get entered into win. This is an estate plan, and it's a $495 value free to you, and it includes everything that you need from soup to nuts. It's included, and so we've got everyone entered in to win that, and we're going to let everyone call throughout the rest of the show. Our number here, 602-277-5369. Toll free, it's 1-866-536-1100. Anyone that doesn't win is getting 30% off right off the bat. She likes to do that for everybody no matter what. So when we were on break and we were talking to Facebook land and everything there, sort of, what we wanted to do was talk a little bit about, first, about the vault that you have and how when people lose things, right?
Well, you always try to put your documents somewhere safe, but when you do a trust or some of these, estate planning documents, they're in huge binders and they just don't fit in regular safes unless you have a nice big gun safe.
Right.
But most of the time they don't fit, or people put them in safe deposit box at banks. And I'll tell you what, that's been my experience to be the worst idea ever, because even though they're secured, no one that really needs to see them can get to them until you go through the court.
And if your name isn't on it or something like that, and you can imagine how hard it must be, and then you have to go through probate.
Yep. To get the letters, to get into the box, to see that there either was a will or it was outdated.
And so the best thing for you to do is to call in here, get entered into it. And people don't like to talk about this. I do not understand why. It is probably the most important conversation. And I'm going to say it now. I wish that I had talked about my dad, to my dad that way. And every time I talked to him, you were looking for my money, but it wasn't any money, no. There wasn't even that there. But he didn't make it comfortable. And I think people need to make this conversation more comfortable.
I agree. I mean, it's a guarantee. We're all going to go at some point.
Right.
And, now that we have so much uncertainty and things happening so fast that you get sick so fast, or heart attacks or strokes or something, that's why those power of attorneys and everything need to be in place.
So if it's not you don't think you need one, but believe me, you do. Everybody does. And if you don't, give it to somebody that you know and call in here and get entered in to win this. I think that everybody should be lining up to go. The rings off the. I don't understand people. They are just so crazy. But you really need to listen up to what we're saying here. It's important. So 602-277-5369. Toll free, it's 1-866-536-1100. Get yourself entered in to win. Do something good for yourself or someone else and call in and get this. This would be really important. We also have something later on that we're going to be talking about in the next segment that is also important.
Right.
Sort of relates to one another. EP, Estate Planning Vault.
Yes.
Okay.
So it's a secure, fireproof, document storage place that'll store all of those documents. You have your own online portal that's secure that only you have access to, unless you allow kids or certain people, just like your HIPAA, if you allow certain people to access it, they can access it. When something happens, we send out quarterly and semi-annual, reminders to either update. We try to do online IDs and passwords because everybody does everything online. And when you pass now, nobody can get any access. We don't know where your bank accounts are. We don't know where your life insurance policies are. We know nothing. It's simplistic on one end, but it's so difficult for your kids or your heirs, on the other end.
So if they have this vault, right, they can, do you help people get through that, or how does it work? I mean, some people don't know what they're doing with all of this, and they might be afraid.
Well, we have a checklist. So when they call us, if they want to store their documents with us, we have a checklist, and we give them step by step. We even have runners that'll come out to their house and get the documents, because frankly, I don't trust the U.S. mail system. So we'll meet with them, we'll store the documents, we scan everything. There's an inventory in their portal so they know exactly what's there.
So from what I'm hearing from you, too, even if they already have an estate plan, they could actually have it stored with you no matter what?
Absolutely.
Okay, so basically you just want everyone to call and get your documents stored in the proper way, but you'll also be there in case.
Right.
Right?
So, if they can't find, a lot of people, when they can't find their originals, they have to actually go to the courts and the judge to have a copy of whatever they have certified as the original. There's just additional costs and additional time and attorney fees that we are hoping to help them avoid all that.
Well, that people don't want to part with their money, no one really wants to.
They work so hard for it to give to their kids.
And why would you? And believe me, no matter what you think, how well it's been done, probably hasn't been done right. And because I can say that for sure. My dad, I told you the story before.
Right.
I mean, he thought he had it all done, and it was wrong. And who got hurt the most was me. And I'm sure if he knew about it, he'd be rolling over in his grave. He really would. He would be so upset.
Absolutely.
And people don't realize that. They just don't. They think and they just don't take the time. Do you do second opinions? Do you do things like that for people?
I would love to talk to them. I can't give advice, legal advice, but I can let them know from my experience through the probates and everything what I've run into, what they might incur.
What about if something is missing out of that? Because sometimes people do them like a long time ago, and they think, oh, they're done. But things change,
Or they move. We have a lot of winter visitors here that have their estate planning in other states, and then they come here and they pass away. So those are a lot of factors. When they have real property or real estate in both states, you're going to have to do probate in 2 states unless you do certain things like the beneficiary deed that Arizona allows.
And we're going to talk a little bit about that. And we've got our lines open here for everyone to get entered in to win. This is an estate plan, and she wants everyone to get this because she wants you to be prepared. And this is from soup to nuts. So from anyone that didn't hear from the first time, tell them what's involved with what they're getting.
They're going to get the last will. They're going to get a durable power of attorney, which is for financial matters, a healthcare power of attorney, a mental health, which Arizona requires now. They're going to get a living will, which is your last directives if you want a feeding tube or anything, along with a beneficiary deed if they own property.
Now, you can call her direct at 602-457-2333 or call me and just get entered into win. And if it's not you or you want to give it to somebody, that's fine too. Our number here is 602-277-5369. Toll free, it's 1-866-536-1100. If you're not a winner, you're going to get 30% off. She just does something for everyone. She's A+ rated with the Better Business Bureau. She is a fiduciary. How do you say it?
Fiduciary.
Fiduciary, thanks. Sometimes it's hard, guys. But anyway, the other thing that I want people to understand about you is I think you absolutely love what you do. You absolutely love what you do. And I mean, and you'll help anyone from anywhere. This is what's awesome. And you will go to them. You're mobile. Go ahead.
I have a passion just to do the right thing, to make sure people have that decent burial or with dignity and to be able to pass through this life and
And to make it easier for the people that are left on. You've
It's
died.
so easy,
so you don't
to do
know,
that.
right?
I know. If they just knew how easy they could make it.
Right. And the only way you know is by having that conversation. You do free consultations. Call in here and get entered in to win this. It's a $495 value, free to you or anyone you know. And I'm going to let everyone call throughout the rest of the show. 602-277-5369. Toll free, it's 1-866-536-1100. So deeds with the right of ownership.
Right of survivorship.
I can't
So
read
if
your writing.
you've owned your property for more than probably 5 or 8 years, you probably do not have that language on your deeds. And title companies now, that's where a lot of my business is coming from. When people are refinancing, they're doing reverse mortgages to try to get income. They're running across this when they run the deeds, and it's just husband and wife. If you've lost one of your spouses, then they have to do probate to clear title in order to even refinance.
So is this something that's relatively new, or has it been around, or just because you said it's new wording that they need in there?
Well, I think a lot of the attorneys and stuff with the title companies, they don't want to insure the transfer of the title unless all that's been processed. And they've really just started that probably 5 or 8 years ago.
But you may not even know if it's in there, so you have to get the paperwork out.
Go look at
And
your
have you
old
look-
one or search online at maricopa.gov. Just see where it's at in the recorder's office and how it's worded.
Right, and then make sure that it's worded correctly. And if it's not, Jennifer can take care of that for you.
I have one right now where there's 4 siblings. There was a grandma and 2 kids, and then their 2 kids, but grandma passed away and the parents have passed away, and now they have to do 3 different probates because there was no right of survivorship.
What does that look like in money? When people have to go through probate.
Well, if they hire an attorney,
right, which they've done,
that would probably be anywhere from $5,000, $5,000 to $7,000 to do to clear that title.
So don't realize, and just to clear a title, that's just that. What happens when there's other things that are done wrong, and most people's wills are not done correctly? Would you agree with that?
Well, they're not done, or they're not specific, especially when you have the blended marriages with the extra kids with other marriages.
How important is it for people to be explicit, to make sure that everything is right, and really your I's dotted and your T's crossed?
Peace of mind. It is so important because it just costs the time and the money that it would cost to get things straightened out if you would just putting down what you really wanted.
Right. And people just don't put your heads in the sand, and I know you all do. We all do. I don't know why that is. But for people also, I want them to hear just a little bit about you. When you first came in here, one of the things that you said, and now it went over my head, but you want people to, number one piece of paper that they should have. Done.
The durable power of attorney.
Right. So even if you don't want to do anything else, call her and get a durable power of attorney. And just for that alone. And I was just talking to somebody. It's so funny. I talk to a lot of people because of the people that have been on my show and everything like that. And somebody I know, I told her a long time ago about you. I told her, you know what, you got to do this. And the other day she was calling me and telling me, well, my mom's going to go soon and I better blah, 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 blah. So I said, well, you better tune into the show and listen. Listen to somebody that can do this. So I'm really happy that you're out there, that you can help people. You must make sure that you listen to about that new vault that you got.
Yes.
Real quickly, tell them.
To store the legal documents, the original legal documents. We'll hold them for you.
And so you could check her out on her website. It's legalstuffaz.com, or call in here, get entered in to win, 602-277-5369.
If you own rental properties,